you had guys. There was a little bit of animosity. Guys like Tony Anthony. I think he really thought the Smoky Mountain heavyweight title was his, and then Buddy Landell kind of thought it was his because they lived down in that area, But they had no problem working with me or working with anyone else. But the morale was really, really good. And you got a guy like Candido coming there, and then Tim Horner had to work with him, and like I said, then I worked with him, and then Killer Kyle was always working with me. Basically, what Cornette come to me and Chris said and said, go out there and work hard, and if no one can follow it, fuck them. We'll follow you. You should do your job. Don't worry about what the locker room says. Work your style, and so. I think it was a matter of everyone, you're in a room. That's what's missing a lot today, though, guys. When you're in a car 3 or 4 hours with 3 or 4 guys, or in a hotel room with a couple guys, and you're talking, you listen and you get that feedback each night. I remember Robert Gibson, for example. One night, him and I was rooming together. And he was like, what you and Tony are doing, this is you're giving them just a little bit too much, and don't die. And so I was like, okay. Well, the next night, Tony gave me a little bit more, and it was a much better match. But Robert and Jimmy had told Tony, hey, lighten up a little bit. Let Bobby get a little bit more on you, Tony. And he did. He had no problem with it, and he did, and it made the match that much better. The same thing with Tracy Smothers and Ricky Morton. I never forget this. Tracy Smothers was at the gimmick table one day, and Tracy said, Bobby, staying right here, sell these pictures, you're getting over, blah, blah, blah. So he walked me right in. The baby faces, Ricky and Robert and Tracy just helped me right there. And then another time, Ricky Morton come to me, and this is great advice, and everyone knows how over Ricky Morton is when it comes to selling. And Ricky says, Bobby, come here, I want to talk to you for a second. And I said, yeah. He said, here's what I want you to do. Watch the way I sell. He said, you're selling, but watch the way I sell. Get these people to believe in you, because they believe you, Bobby. They believe in you. You're from here. You talk like them. Get them to believe in you and watch my matches. And, of course, I always watch the matches. So little things like that, when Ricky Morton pulls you to the side and says, watch how I sell, I'd be done to say, well, I'm not listening to that, or I don't need to watch that. I watched every match, one, because I'm a fan, but two, because I wanted to learn. And, Cornette might throw out a line or two to me. He'll say, I'm not telling you what to say. Here's an idea of what to say. Here's where your character's at, But guys like Candido, even Killer Kyle that had been there, everyone knew when the Armstrongs would come in, Scott and Steve, they knew. And then you got Bullet Armstrong as commissioner, and, of course, he's still working, too. And he's in a locker room in a babyface side, and he's sitting there saying, Bobby, do this, or, hey, talking to his own kids, you guys, you got to do this tonight. So you got that morale booster right there, and you got a veteran like Bob Armstrong saying, guys, even one night of all places, I remember this, Lafayette, Tennessee, Sandy Scott come in the locker room. He pulled Buddy Landell to the side, and he said, Buddy, if you can't have a good match with Bobby tonight, you're getting your ass fired. Something's wrong. And we went out there and tore the house down. But Buddy had been lazy the last 2 nights. So we'd done like a 3 or 4 day loop, and Buddy had been kind of laying down on me. And everyone knows, Buddy knows I'm not browbeating him. I have nothing bad to say. The match was going rather slow. He was stalling, didn't want to do this and do that. And Sandy was tired of seeing it. I think Jimmy and him was up in New York at the time with the bodies. And Buddy took it the right way. And he's like, Bobby, Sandy got on me. Let's tear it down tonight. And we went out.